Hello, happy Friday everybody. This is the Real Ender Night going live here November 17th, 2023. I just got my Barbarian going on in the middle of a hell tide. Thought I'd go ahead, at least do a weekly video. Most people that have been playing the game consistently already have one, if not two or three max level characters. Currently, I'm a Barbarian. I do have a Necromancer at like 98 right now, I think. Could have been 100 weeks ago. Started another tune. It's really, most of the game seems to be at this point farming Duriel and having fun doing some PvP. Some I've really noticed that I kind of want to touch base with, and I'll probably do a more focused video on it, has to do really with a lot of the other streamers on this game. Let me make sure my sound's turned down just a little bit so it's not overwhelming. That should be good. Yeah, so I keep running into players that are trying to follow these online builds from these like big streamers. And what these guys are doing, something you really should keep in mind with these is these builds are really, all the builds you see are really in-game builds. And people, are like, oh, we got this guy who killed Duriel in one hit, it did like 1,000,000,000 damage. Like, oh, cool, great. I checked out a video on it, and, try to analyze these videos. Be smarter than the streamer that's kind of trying to trick you, in my opinion. So you can do these min-max builds that do this stuff, where you pull off this 1,000,000,000 damage hit and one-shot Duriel. If you look at it, the guy can't take a hit. In the video that I saw, he had other people dealing with the mobs. He didn't swing at all because he's proccing multiple abilities. He's got a bunch of different things procs saved up that are designed to do this huge DPS spike in one hit where he just, smacks a guy for 1,000,000,000 damage. And it's like, alright, cool, yeah, in ideal situations, yes, you can pull that off, but it's not, for your standard gameplay, it's just not going to work. That same guy wouldn't have a chance in a tier 100 sigil. He just get wrecked. Because, he's squishy. He can't handle anything. I was getting a little too focused on DPS, and I was running Temerity. I'm still kind of back and forth between Temerity. Right now I've got a damage reduction set of pants. But just min-maxing and going for that damage, I found you're struggling through the rest of gameplay. So, I've got a lot of quality of life stuff on this guy. Things that like make this hell tide easier. Got Hamamancy, the vampire ability. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing, but it's where I'm doing damage to everything in a huge area based on my life total, and it's not a lot of damage, but it's enough to take out most trash mobs. Procs every 4 seconds. It's not going to help you against bosses, but for stuff like this, it's great. You just clear stuff faster. I don't need to deal with a bunch of the little side guys because they just die. Like this right here, see? Like that. They're just dead. One shot. Don't need to think about it. So, I could pump out higher numbers if I wanted. By not using that, you can see higher crits. But it's quality of life. It just kind of deals with all the little guys that much faster. I'll run down and grab this chest real quick. Plus it hits stuff pretty far away. My controller's screwing up. Anyway, besides that, they made the living steel easier to get. I was a little disheartened because there were so many people duping the resources to pull in Duriel. It's really frustrating. I've met multiple people that just had hundreds and hundreds of these things that clearly just cheated their way there. And it's like, alright, well, I guess you got away with it. Great. I won't ever use dupes. If anybody watching has used dupes and you want to carry me on a bunch of Durio runs, thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, smash that like. All that good stuff. But it's just something that, I'm not willing to do. I'm not going to risk getting permabanned from my account. And it just feels dirty, I mean, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that stuff eventually. And I'll have actually earned it by putting in the grind work. But I've met people that have one of every Uber Unique. They have multiples of certain Uber Uniques, and I don't think there's anybody playing the game that's legitimately gotten that unless they don't work and this is all they do. Which, there's people out there like that. Which, good for you. But it was disheartening, just to know that it's like, okay, cool. So all these people that have cheated are way ahead of me in the game right now. So again, hey, you got away with it. Good for you. Feel free to be a cool person and actually share among those of us that didn't cheat. If you spread the wealth among the community, at least that's, kind of doing the right thing. Like, okay, you took advantage of an exploit. Great. Now hook everyone else up. Find people that didn't know about it. Share. At least then we're all on kind of even footing. But right now it's like, it's just not. And anyway, the game's easy enough. The end game to this is PvP. In my opinion, that's been the end game to all Diablos. Everyone I've played has been really easy. And the end game is always about PvP. So, yeah, there it is. You're gonna have your setup that can crush everything, but how are you against players? So that's my rant on that. Like I said, I'll probably go into a little more detail. This setup, I've got about 50% resistance versus distance and close. I've got pretty good, like 15% dodge chance. I think I've got extra dodge chance versus ranged and close. So I've got a lot of defense stacked up. I still really like the temerity, but I think just taking less damage in general is it's a slightly better way to go. I feel a little more tanky with this guy than I did with the temerity build. There were certain things in my temerity build that seemed to be able to one-shot me, and they don't with this build. The thing with the temerity is you do have to stay really on top of keeping that shield full. And there's no bar. You don't know if it's still full or not. So you just got to kind of guess and pop potions. And if you do that, yeah, there's... Theoretically, you should be able to take more of a beating with the temerity build. Because you've got essentially an 80% higher health pool, which is going to be better than 20% better defenses. This setup, I just take less damage in general, so my health pool does go down. So, like I said, there's an argument for both. I do like temerity a lot. Then there's Tybalt's Will, which is pretty much the standard in almost every build. And that does have some defense built in. It has a really good offensive boost built in, as well as Fury generation. So it's definitely a good option, for sure. I like the tankiness of this. I've been able to, I found with the temerity, I struggled in the hundreds a little bit. I could crush them pretty quick. Don't get me wrong. They weren't that difficult. There were certain areas that I had a hard time. And it really came down to once my shield dropped, I started having problems. And with this build, I don't need to worry about my shield. So it's just one less thing. And for those that haven't really looked at my videos, I'm really about just overall making my gameplay as easy as possible. As you can see, I'm still running the 2-button build. I did play around with adding some extra buttons. I just didn't like the feel of it. And, you know, I hit harder. I was able to hit 90 million crits. With this current build, I'm no longer hitting for that high. But, you know, I've hit 60-something million. I've regularly hit 30, 40, 50. It's enough. It's enough where you can crush everything. Like, Uber Lilith is a joke. I will switch to Tybalt's Will if I'm fighting like Duriel or Uber Lilith. I don't quite need the defense, so I'll grab a little more offense by switching over to that. I did end up switching one of my aspects over to a basic attack speed on my one-hander. So I could be hitting a little harder if I didn't go with that. Again, it's quality of life. It's the ability to do that. Just how fast I swing this thing. It's more fury generation. It's more healing. So that's without my proc. When I proc with my core skill, it goes up to 100. My core skill's at like 90% or something. Maybe it's only 85. But, you know, pretty good. And yes, I do have sleepy person hair. I slept this afternoon. I had a pretty rough, basically 19-hour day of work yesterday due to mechanical problems. I barely even touched this game all week. Just worked a lot. And yeah, I know a lot of people just run around between different events, which I do sometimes with these, but honestly you can get it just about as fast just by doing this, killing mobs real fast. I will take events when I see them though, that's for sure. Oh, this one's dumb. I don't want to hang out for that one. That guy can clear it. Jeez. Oh yeah, I guess I'll head on back and sell. Down a little bit. Yeah, my hair looks wacky. Got that big thing going on. I literally just woke up and turned this on. Oh, shoot. What did I just do? Need to go to the cell guy. Yeah, still sleepy. My Necromancer's a lot of fun, I gotta say. What is this? It's pretty cool. Not the best, but it's pretty cool. I know, I spend too much time looking at everything.
Well struck. Fair trade.
That critical strike chance is why I hung on to that. Honestly, the damage is kind of terrible. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Physical damage is pretty good.
For the light.
The vulnerable's like right middle of the board. Yeah, screw it. I don't need that. I feel bad getting rid of stuff like that. It's a good ring.
Anything else?
Don't really care about having 1,000 obols. I'll spin them every once in a while, but it's like, I don't know what I would need. I mean, I guess they're good when I'm swapping to another character that I'm trying to gear. The boxes have reset, so I'm going to check the website here. Let's see, looks like there and there. Somewhere over there. Always get those screaming hell veins, they're good. No, went into town. Didn't intend to do that. Slowing me down, town. Good sized mob right there. Oh, I'll grab that event, I guess. So I'm doing these events. Something I keep in mind is I'll run way up here and try to pull extra mobs in there. It's really, you know, you're trying to be time efficient for how many sigils you get. I'll do the same thing. I'll come down here. Since I got that Hemamancy, it's got a pretty far range. It'll grab guys from way far away. I pulled in 2 extra mobs right there just by doing that. We'll run out here, see if nothing extra I can catch there. Should have one coming up here. Yep, see I got a guy with a little blood streak off the distance. Killed a guy way over there. And some of these you don't even want to try and win. You actually want to lose. I don't know why I pick everything up, honestly. That wasn't bad. I mean, a little under 100 I think I got right there. It was a nice change making this easy. I think the only way the devs can really fix the fact that they had all these dupes going on, I think the only way that they can actually fix that is just introducing a whole new tier of gear and difficulty in the game, making it so that the current Uber uniques are essentially obsolete. Which I hope they do something like that. I really doubt anything like that's going to happen, but you know, figuring out a way to make it so that all the people that duped, it was a complete waste, you know. So we'll see, you know. introduce maybe with the next X pack, much harder region, up the item level of the gear. Make the Uber Uniques more common so everybody can get them. So the guys who cheated don't have some huge advantage anymore. I can't remember. I think it's somewhere around that general area. Yeah, so I mean, unless they end up doing something like that, basically all the cheaters won. And sorry if you're, feeling insulted because you're one of the dupers, but it is cheating. I know that word has a negative connotation to it, but own it. If that's what you did, hey, good job. Again, you can be cool about it and share with someone like me. Find people that didn't dupe. But I think most people that are like willing to do that sort of thing aren't really people who are going to share with others. They're people who are willing to cheat just to get a slight advantage in a game. You're playing a game. But, lead me on a whole philosophical conversation on the state of society and the fact that, in general, people that lie, cheat, and steal do tend to get ahead. They tend to be more successful. I see it in driving all the time. They get ahead. People that just drive down the shoulder. People that use exit lanes to pass up a bunch of traffic. They're saving themselves maybe as much as a minute while they piss off 2 or 3 dozen people every day because they're complete douchebags. They cheat and get away with it. Cool. They don't get away with it most of the time. It's a slap on the wrist. So there's the risk to reward for cheating, lying, and stealing is very low. I just, for some reason, have these morals built into me. I don't know why. It's only been detrimental to my life. Don't even get me started about my ex-wife regarding cheating, lying. I straight up lost my son to it. But anyway, that's, whatever. It's life. There's nothing I can do about it. Can't beat them, join them, right? Yeah, no, can't do that either. Just feel dirty, I don't understand how some people seem to have a moral compass built into them while other people just don't. You usually see it when you're talking to people. They're like looking at you sideways with this look in their eye, like, what can I get off of this guy? Like, they're not even really talking to you. They're figuring out their angles on how they can work you. Checking chat real quick. Get myself killed. Oh, grab that event. Why not? Which one is it? There we go. Notice you seem to get more guys spawning if you push the ritual up. This is one of those ones you don't really want to beat. Oh, almost beat it right there. But if you push it to the point where it's close to being beat, seem to get a lot of spawns that way. Could be wrong. Maybe it's my imagination. But yeah, this is one you don't want to beat if you want more cinders. Come on. Oh, we're not gonna get more people. There we go. So I still beat it. Wasn't really trying. I was kind of just trying to push more spawns there. But yeah, I got a good amount. About 100 out of that. Maybe a little less. So we got 18 minutes. I mean, I can grab a bunch of these little boxes. Cost-wise, they're almost as good. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and swap over to my other guy though. Oh, here, let's port somewhere first. Of course, we do have the world boss spawning soon too. Check how much time we got on that. I could probably get another box with my necromancer, and he's a lot of fun, I gotta say. 17 minutes on that, yeah. So he's right about when it ends. Yeah, I'll swap over anyway. Why not? Yeah, I really want to rework this guy's tree. He's not anywhere close to where I see him being when I hit end game. I mean, I am at end game, I guess, but I've had a pretty casual way of building him so far. Yeah, he could easily be a 2-button build with the way he is, but his damage spike does require a couple extra buttons. The never-ending Bone Storm build. this is real fun. I can keep this thing up 100% of the time. I want to redo my Paragon trees with a little more focused on it. I could use more attack speed with this build because it is based on vampire powers. It won't work in the Eternal Realm. So this is going to be a seasonal only build. I have to completely rework it when I start thinking about what I want for my Eternal Realm guy. But that's okay. It'll be fun till, what, January? Oh, this is a good event. This will bring her to 300. Yeah, I'll just stand here. So this is an event. You don't want to win this event. You just want to let it run. You can win it really fast and screw yourself out of a lot of cinders. The range guys get annoying after a while though. So that was pretty solid. I believe the box is right about there. Start heading that way. Missed out on that. That last one I need. Head straight down to it. And I don't really feel like fighting any of those guys, so we'll just head on out. But yeah, that's pretty much the Necromancer. I have managed to clear level 100 sigils with him. He is amazingly tanky. It's really cool.
Can I help you?
Again, it won't work on the Eternal Realm, which kind of sucks, because like my Barbarian, he will work. I can 2-button Barbarian on the Eternal Realm, no problem. But this guy is completely reliant on a couple particular vampire abilities, so he'll have to be reworked.
Anything else?
I think it'll be a lot of fun in PvP once I try him on that. So I got a quick 5 there, that's not too bad, I guess. There for my Barbarian. I can clear the big boss guys quicker. So I was doing the. I got 8 minutes on that. I'll head that way. I was doing the blood harvest with my barbarian for a while. Just trying to get his rep up to 18. I got it there, so he's pretty much done with that. This guy clears stuff out almost as fast as my barbarian. Except the bigger guys. Just not quite as tanky as all. I mean, he probably is as tanky. I don't know why I said that. Might be more tanky, honestly. I've done those the siphon stuff, and this guy actually has an easier time doing those than my barbarian does. So I should have a potion up. Oh, I didn't even look at the timer on that. Great. We're done before the world boss. What do we got? 3 minutes? Yeah, I'm just gonna run out there. That's okay. Cold One Whisper. Good chunk of XP there. I don't know if you noticed my XP bar went up really quickly though. And it's very easy, so I think hitting level 100 on this guy will be fairly simple to do. I mean, it has been simple. I've been really not grinding him at all. I made him just a few weeks ago. Originally I was saying I was going to have him at 100 in the first weekend, but there's no real point. Quick 2-minute break. I'm going to stop and restart the stream real quick just so I can change it up from the Barbarian name. 1 sec.